Nice.
Cheers, and welcome to this very special Jackalope edition of the Natural Rights Coalition tabletop discussion on the Voluntary Virtues Network. Today, my name is Steve, and I'm here with Mike, Matt, and Brian, just freshly back from the Jackalope Freedom Festival. Matt, what am I drinking today?
I'm not sure what you got in your glass. I know we have a Ballast Point variety pack that we didn't quite finish off because we had so much homebrew and liquor.
And other forms of inebriation. Yeah, it was a great time.
Very good time. I am currently drinking a Big Eye IPA from Ballast Point, which is good. Not as good as their Sculpin or their Habanero Sculpin, but it's
Or
still
the
good.
grapefruit Sculpin.
Or the grapefruit Sculpin, or other variations of Sculpins I've yet to try.
It's still a pretty decent IPA. I think that's the same thing I'm drinking.
Ballast Point has a tendency to sneak up on me. Like, I always think, like, oh, it's not going to be that good. And then it's always like, oh, this is good. This is good.
You're like, God damn it, why is Sculpin so expensive? And then you drink it and like, that's why. I remember now. What are you drinking, Mike?
Same.
Cool. So you're the odd man out then.
Well, this is a result of beggars can't be choosers. I'm drinking a Pilsner, which is not my favorite style of beer. It's a Sudwork Brewing Company Pilsner. It's good, but I'm no judge of Pilsners because I don't choose them unless that's what's left.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Honesty is always appreciated.
So anyway, Jackalope. This is the first year for all of us. We all had a great time. I'm still on that kind of anarchist high.
Fair enough.
Even though all the other ones have worn off now. How was your experience, Mike?
From what I remember, Friday and Saturday night are still a little bit on the hazy side. I'm piecing things together. I have little flashes of memory as to what happened on both those nights. But yeah, I had a blast. It was, it was at least 250 miles from any sign of civilization, really, at least from a major city. There's a couple towns here and there, but middle of a national forest, and nobody bugged us, and that was pretty cool because we've had our issues in the past, like Libertopia, where the local authorities, whether it be hotel security or cops, bug around for no reason, and there's nobody out there. It's great.
Nobody to give us shit.
And rabbit tacos. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, not rabid. They weren't infected with rabies. They were rabbit tacos. It was great.
Leo made those, right?
Leo's wife, girlfriend, maybe. I can't remember her name offhand, and I apologize because she was actually a really wonderful woman, and we had a nice discussion, and I can't remember her name now. So sorry.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of people's names.
Mm-hmm.
but I had a really great time. I think we need to tell the story about how we got there, though.
Yes.
Oh yes,
We do.
So, driving down the road, get up to the correct turn, and I'm like, do we need to turn here? Nah, Google says that it's a couple miles down.
The Jesus brick said.
So, Google for Brains sent me down.
yes.
Sent me down a couple more miles, and we turn off onto this dirt path. And I'm like, are you sure this is the right way? That's what Google says.
Google says just keep going.
I'm like, all right. So we're driving down a while, and I'm like, are you sure this is the right way? So Matt's like, I'm going to call Mike.
It's slightly parallel to the road, not exact.
Somehow this all gets blamed on me, and I'm not really sure why to this day. Because I think, how does it get blamed on me? But,
So Mike, Matt, tell the conversation with Mike.
Basically, I asked if the road was off-road, and I don't think he got the severity of off-road.
Yeah.
We were getting...
I heard dirt road is what I got. I'm like, it's off a dirt road. Yeah, sure.
It was easily mistakable because we did, it was a dirt road on the right one, but it wasn't a road made of giant rocks and ruts.
This road
was
I did
treacherous.
not see, yeah.
I guess I should use the word treacherous dirt road. That probably would have been more
Is it off a treacherous dirt road? I would have been like, don't remember that being treacherous. No.
Do you have to knock down trees and plant more to get there?
That was the thing we were talking about. Was like, oh yeah, Google meant for you to cut down the trees and keep going. You're like, oh yeah.
So Matt gets off the phone with Mike. I'm like, so what Mike said? He said, oh yeah, that's totally the right road. Just keep on going. All right. I went for maybe another 100 yards, and the road just like turns into forest.
And Google says there's totally a road there.
It says continue.
Like, yeah,
just continue for 4 more miles.
Google's like, no, totally, keep on going. This way's faster.
Just
We
go.
got out and looked around. Like, where's
Like,
the
well,
road?
maybe the road, we're not on the right road. Maybe the road's nearby or something. So we were like wandering through the forest.
Some squirrel wanders down a tree and goes, this way. Oh, okay. Google should have
though,
told me to follow a squirrel.
This happened. I was in a different vehicle. In fact, I was driving Kevin's Super Duty truck, which to me felt like a bus to begin with. And we arrived at about 3 a.m. I don't know what time you did this. But we were...
Yeah, it was at least light when we were
experienced the
doing
same
this.
thing, and multiple other groups said they did the same
Yeah.
exact wrong directions thanks to Google.
So heads up for next Jackalope. Do not turn down the road that's 5 miles past the lake road. I think it's Forest Service Road 300 is the one you want.
Yeah, FS 300.
Do not go down Black Canyon Road.
Which isn't even marked.
There's no sign there, but Google will tell you that's definitely the way. Don't listen to those bastards. I'm pretty sure the NSA and Google care. You put these coordinates in, send them down this terrible road. I think that's what happened.
Just to screw with us.
We kept our sanity by telling jokes about how we were about to be axe murdered because
Yeah.
it resembled every horror movie we'd ever seen.
Right? Exactly. I was like, you
We
guys
should have
remember that
known not to
movie, Wrong
continue this
Turn?
direction, but we did.
Now, it would have been more of a horror movie if, say, like, you got to a dead end in that road and there was just a log cabin with a single light on it. Hey, we should go ask those people. I'm sure they know how to get out of here.
That's what I was expecting.
Right? So.
There was a bumper on the beginning of that road.
Yeah.
That should have been a sign. There's the bumper right there. Probably on the wrong road.
And in our truck, our low gas warning went on 1 mile in.
Oh, man.
Oh, boop, boop,
So it was
boop.
another mile and 20 minutes after that when we hit the dead end.
Oh, man.
Luckily, most of us understood the size of reserves and tanks and that we were okay. But yeah, it was scary, I guess.
Now, how many vehicles did we came up to? This like our caravan from San Diego. Was it 4?
Three. I think it was just three.
Okay, 3. Because so then 2 out of 3 of us got a flat tire though, or at least
Yeah.
had some obstruction
Yeah.
in the tire. Yeah.
I got a bolt in my tire. The
A
thing's
bolt.
like this big around.
That was a huge bolt. It didn't go flat though. But
Yeah,
we
the
did
tire
end up
didn't even go
changing it
flat.
out. It was so big, I don't think it could have
Oh,
gone flat.
speaking of which, I want to thank Keith again for loaning me his pump to fill up my tire.
If his name wasn't Keith, then thank you to the guy who filled up his tire. I came
Yeah.
up with Keith.
Again, some names and faces are a little bit fuzzy at this
I'm
point.
pretty sure it was Keith though, and you know that just goes to really. It's another testament to what a great festival it is. Alma came up and was saying goodbye to us on Monday morning, and we were talking a little bit, exchanging propaganda papers and stuff, and we started talking about my tire, and she's like, I don't know if that's gonna make it to Payson. I'm like, well, I don't have a choice. I don't have a pump or anything. You know, you just get into that mindset because of where you are most of the rest of the year that people don't help each other. And she's like, yeah, I'm sure there's other people here in the forest. And Keith happened to be there too. And he's like, oh yeah, I think I got a pump, and was able to help me out. And it was just, that was really great how everybody was cooperative and helping each other out. It's really what the free market, I think, is all about. You know, you get that propaganda from statists and socialists about how capitalism is dog eat dog and exploitation of the workers and all that other stuff. But really,
Jack and all that.
really what it is people cooperating together for mutual benefit.
Yeah.
And that's what we had this weekend, and it was awesome.
Another good example of that too was that, you know, well, specifically, Sunday morning was a wreck. I moseyed out of my tent Sunday morning, a little hungover, and I was just like, oh, I wonder what the canopy looks like, and it's just wreckage, you know, just wreckage. It was just empty beer bottles and like graham crackers. I don't know what happened there. There's a whole bunch of graham crackers all over the ground. And there was like, some decent chocolate that was on the ground. And I was really upset that it was on the ground because it was like some good chocolate, dark chocolate.
I think what it was s'mores
Yes.
over a butane stove or propane stove.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was raining and we didn't want to go start the fire. We're like, let's just set up a propane stove, get that going.
And a rather extreme level of intoxication.
Yeah, because it all made sense.
Paired with that.
Yeah.
So I wander out there and I start cleaning up and I realize like, wow, we're all trying to be responsible campers here and pack out our trash and do something with it. And I'm starting to think, I was talking to John and go, hey, is there a dumpster, at the front end of the road? Cause it's
right.
Yeah, there's a dude, guy's name, I think it was Dean, for donations. He's like, I got a trailer, I'll take the trash. And yeah, I mean, hey, that worked out.
Amazing. You can take care of trash without government intrusion.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll call that away.
You can't do that, Mike.
You can't.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
A trash pickup service run by someone other than the government? What is this?
Nah.
What's going
to happen? It's impossible.
Unless it's
government invented trash pickup and the roads.
And the roads.
What about the roads?
I paid that guy. I gave him some money.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. I felt like sort of for our group, I talked with him. I said, do you need gas money? And he said, only if you want to. And I said, well, I do. I said, but I got to go grab it out of my bag. And he said, okay, I'll wait. And then he did. In the meantime, we threw even more bags of trash into his truck. I think I gave him $5. But, it was all voluntary, completely. Yeah. And he indicated, I asked him, I said, how are you doing? Is this at least worth your time? And his indication was that he was probably making a little money doing it.
Cool.
But at the very least, not being put out by the time or gas. That he was taken care of. It was nice to know.
Yeah, and I think this thing's only going to get better as more people hear about it. And I plan on personally promoting it, everywhere I can, because it was just an amazing time.
Yeah,
it is quite a drive for us, but I'm definitely willing to do it again.
I think that's a good point to make. Like, it's quite a drive, but it's within our sphere, I think, which is realistic for us. I mean, like most of us are all down in San Diego, if not all of us are down in San Diego. But it's pushing on a drive, but I mean, it's worth it because, see, we had a good 2-3 days, depending on how long you're there for, where I didn't have a single thought about worrying about like the man, quote unquote, for lack of a better term, bugging me. I was just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna, do my thing, talk to people, do whatever I want to do,
No anxiety whatsoever about somebody's gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
It was really cool, and nobody hurt anybody, nobody stole anything.
And on top of that, sorry.
No. Go
ahead, Mike. Herding cats, right? This is what we do. Is we're trying to. There were 8 dogs. There were about 8 dogs that people brought with them. One person had 1 dog, another person had 2 dogs. Right? I didn't even see a dog fight the whole weekend. You know what I mean? Like, I was really expecting. Like, there are 8 dogs like just wandering around like the campsite.
It was like the anarchists.
I saw a dog argument, but it solved.
It solved itself. There was no biting or anything, so that's good. But I was kind of worried about that because there's all these dogs running around. I was wondering, like, oh shit, what happens if one of them decides to get fresh? But it didn't happen. And that was the thing. I was kind of like. I'm like, what, did I just stumble into like Snow White or something? Like, all these dogs are even getting along? This is wild.
And all the kids too.
Oh yes, we should mention it is family friendly. So if you've got kids and are worried about, is this appropriate for me to go with my kids? Bring it up. You might want to stay away from our canopy.
But
there were a lot of children there, and they had a lot of children to play with as a result, and they collected together. And
yeah, I think
we were a little loud.
I think our group got a little bit of a reputation, but
it was a good one, I'd say.
Yeah.
The reputations, though, were a really good showing of how there was a lot of diversity there, but not the need for unanimous agreement on what the right way to be is. I know there was a comment that a certain group invited some of us to something religious in nature. Most of us, if not all of us, declined, but we didn't feel the need to tell them to stop doing that. It exists. That pocket exists. That lifestyle was free to exist. We were the party area, but there was no conformity pressure for us to stop partying or for everyone else to party. There were these pockets of differences, and you could gravitate to what you liked.
Yeah.
And that's the way a free world is.
I think we did wake somebody up once.
We did, yeah.
I think it was Joni. We're sorry, Joni.
Sorry, Joni.
We do apologize. If it was the music, it was me. If it was yelling, it was somebody else.
Or could it just
I provided a stereo, and we did keep it going all night. So.
And I am a loud laugher, so it could very well be me too. So to be fair, but yeah, it was it was a great time. I mean, there's a couple times where it rained during the middle of the night, and we were all drinking pretty heavily, and somehow we managed to fit 15 people under a 6x8 canopy. Like that was the thing that pretty amazed me. I'm like, it is raining, and we would fit a lot of people under there. Still have a good time.
Yeah.
I really like the midnight hikes too. I remember
midnight, 3 a.m.
It was more like 3 a.m. I think.
I remember at one point I went on this hike only because I had no idea where I was and I didn't want to get lost. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stick with everybody else and hopefully they'll get us back to the cabin.
Nice.
To the tents.
Stick with the rest of the tribe. They will
Exactly.
bring you home. Yes.
And everybody took care of everybody else. We all made sure that everybody had a good time.
Yeah.
A few people fell in ditches and
few people. Yeah. we can lower that down to an individual. But we'll leave the name out.
we won't mention Raina.
Yeah, but it was.
She was all right though.
Yeah, it was a mild 4-foot ravine after it had rained, so the ground was pretty soft. If anything, it was. Fair to middling when it comes to the comedy scale. We were all kind of like, Raina, there's a small cliff over there. You might not want to walk over there. And it was just, you fell down. So, but you're good, and you're laughing, and that's important.
Good times. The Milky Way was beautiful out there. I think that was the night we were looking at the stars.
The one time where it wasn't overcast.
Clearing that we had, where we took the opportunity to go check the stars out. I wanted to take some pictures, but I'm glad I didn't bring my camera because I'm pretty sure I would have ruined it. It would have ended up in that little ravine.
Yeah,
sure.
Or in a puddle, or
rained on something. I was wasted. I wouldn't have been able to. They would have been all blurry. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't take it.
Where did this picture come from?
Which is, bringing a camera on a drunken escapade, you could have some funny pictures.
Speaking of which, if anybody has pictures, I want to see them. I don't know if anybody actually took pictures, but
we have a grand total of 2 of them, I think, or 3 of all of us.
Yeah, we took a group picture at the end. I meant to take pictures. My cell phone was pretty dead. I think everybody else was too. So sadly, I didn't get a lot of pictures. Hopefully, there are some up somewhere in the interwebs. I don't know.
Browse their Facebook within a couple days. I'm sure they'll pop up.
Yeah. My brain remembers it. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, it's the memories, right?
Yeah, it was. I mentioned rabbit tacos because I love rabbit. It's like fried chicken, but it's not fried chicken. It's great.
I don't understand that though. Rabbit is normally very lean, so
it's fried chicken but made of bunnies.
Yes, it's fried chicken but made of bunnies. That's a great way to do it. Which is, of course, a rabbit's defense mechanism. You know how every animal has their thing that says like, "Don't eat me because I'm poison," or "I don't taste good." They got that.
Rabbits are cute.
Rabbits are cute. Yes, that is the thing that stops them from being eaten. So if you can get past the fact that rabbits are adorable, it's delicious.
I've talked about raising rabbits lately, and Mac's brother is all like, "Oh no, I can't eat bunnies. They're too cute. I'll become an eco-terrorist and free all your bunnies and shit." I'm like, what if they're ugly bunnies? He's like, well, then fuck them.
What's gonna happen is, if you start raising rabbits, I'm gonna go over to your house and I'm like, "This is such an adorable rabbit. It's gonna be so delicious." That's exactly what will come out of my mouth. I'll be petting the poor little bastard and be like, "Oh, you're so delicious."
Be drilling on the rabbit.
Just a little taste.
Just a little marinade for it.
So the other thing that was funny, I like to think about whenever I go to these different festivals or conventions. Convention specifically is usually a political thing, so that's a different story. But every time I go to an event like that, I always kind of think of like the one instance that sticks out of my mind. And for Jackalope this year, I was talking to Alma about something, and this is after they had slaughtered a pig. They were going to put a pig on a spit and roast it, and it was going to be delicious. and I kind of forgot.
Yeah, it was delicious.
I didn't have any of it. I wanted to, but I got drunk and forgot about it, I guess, apparently. But, I
got high.
And then I got high. And the pig, I had seen in the cage earlier, and I said, I'm not going to pet him. I'm not going to talk to him. I'm not going to name him. I'm not going anywhere near him. I'm just acknowledge the fact that is the pig we're eating. Okay, there it is. So I'm talking to Alma later on, and then dude walks up. Was it Keith, I think, who's kind of knew how to do all that?
Leo? No.
It was Leo. Yeah, it was Leo. So it was funny because I'm talking to Alma about something. Leo walks up with a bag, a big Ziploc bag containing what could only be described as a bloody mess. And holds it at eye level with Alma, kind of like to her peripheral vision, so she couldn't really see it. And he goes, "Hey, Alma." She turns, looks at it, and goes, "Oh, gross, what's that?" He goes, "It's not that bad. It's just like a fresh heart and like pig's liver." And she's like, "Okay, no, that's gross." And he's like, "No, I just need to know where to put it. Is there a cooler somewhere? I just need to keep it cold so we can, cook it later." And she's like, "I don't know, but there's one around here somewhere." And it's just kind of that made me laugh so hard because of that situation. You're never going to see that anywhere else, that conversation of like, "What's that? Oh, it's just a fresh pig's heart and liver. Don't worry about it." I don't know. It made me laugh. Yeah.
I'd like to say a special thank you to Alma, though.
Of course, yeah.
For all the work she did.
8 months pregnant, by the way.
Yeah. And constantly moving the whole weekend.
Which surprised me. I always assumed that, to try to put myself in somebody else's shoes, if that's completely possible. If I were to be 8 months pregnant, I wouldn't be moving around that much. I've been like, my feet are swollen and I'm sitting down. But yeah, she was, she really, yes. Stood up and took care of the whole thing, yeah.
So, great job, Alma.
And Brian, and Leo, and Keith, and
everybody
Dean,
there.
Yeah, everybody. We kind of made a whole community out of it.
We were all in charge.
Yeah,
and none of us were in charge.
All of us and none of us.
Yep.
We were in charge of ourselves, I'd say.
Exactly.
And I think we all did a damn good job. No, I don't remember any incidents of any. I didn't even see an argument there about over really anything.
No.
Yeah, I don't think anybody even bothered to throw a pine cone at anybody. That was kind of amazing. I was thinking,
oh man, I knew I forgot something.
Just tuck a pine cone at a random stranger and see what they do.
But yeah, people would be walking around just to say hi, hanging out. People don't even know each other, helping each other out and joking around like they're old friends. It was great.
There was what was it? The wild herd of cattle that was smart. That was smart enough not to sit in the middle of the road when you're driving your car.
No, we had one sitting in the middle of the road.
Did you? And he didn't move? Yeah, okay.
No, he moved.
Yeah,
he moved.
We got pretty lucky about it because they walked across the road, stopped for a little bit, noticed that the car was still moving. He's like, "Oh yeah, I should probably get out of the way," and moved. My experience with cows, they're like, "No, I'm a cow and I'm moving." But so we had 2 flat tires. We got both of them fixed and somehow got out of there okay.
I'm surprised the ice lasted all weekend.
I know, that was cool. We didn't have to go out for ice. 80
pounds of ice, that's what we needed. Note that for next year.
And 2 blocks of ice.
2 blocks, I think that was part of it.
And that's what kept it going the whole weekend. That was a great idea. Good job, Matt.
Thank you.
And it should be mentioned that we all live in San Diego or San Diego County, and the temperature was more mild and suitable for human habitation than it has been in San Diego for the past 6 months. I don't think it crested above 82 degrees, and there were sporadic showers. So if it maybe got a little bit warm, oh no, it rained for 20 minutes and cleared up again, and it was
Oddly
great.
enough, it rained in Escondido while we were gone.
I heard about that. I got back and it rained too. Well, I guess we brought the rain with us. So
either way, we would have been rained on.
So we might as well have been with great people who don't want to aggress against anyone.
Yeah.
And me and Steve were lucky enough to get on a panel about marketing anarchy with some people, a couple dudes I got a lot of respect for. I mean, Ernie Hancock has been doing a radio show for I'm sure somebody else
knows how long.
Yeah, I was gonna say God knows how long, but I'm sure other people besides God know how long. But it's been a good. I want to say he's been doing it for about a decade or so. And Michael Shanklin, who is a really good activist on the internet. I'm sure he's done things outside of the internet too. But I mean, he's doing a lot of hard work too. And then Roger
He's
Kroger.
got so much going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously he's hosting this video as we speak, so the Voluntary Virtues Network. And that was a good time.
And White Cloud Security, have you heard of that?
No.
That,
So
you need to look into that. Yeah, it's a new. It's kind of like an antivirus from what I understand, but it's different in that.
Whitelisting, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot more personalization with it, and it stops things before they become problems. You don't have to have this huge database of Trojans and other viruses anymore, because you're stopping things with it's all.
Isn't it IP like whitelisting bit or?
It's all.
Is it allowing?
Yeah.
You're only allowing. Certain
Right.
things. That makes sense. I think Mike could
But,
probably explain it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. But
Look into it though.
Yes.
It looks like a great plan. I don't think it's officially out yet. I think they're in beta testing or something. But I'm really excited about that project.
Well, I'm assuming they're going to do a better beta testing than Microsoft does with most of their games, right? So, hey, here's our brand new Microsoft video game. You're the beta tester. You just paid $50 to be a beta tester. Good job, suckers, right? It was, what else could I think about what happened there? I mean, there was, I thought this was pretty cool because this was something pretty unique. There was, this woman, Alana, and her husband, or rather non-husband, because who needs paperwork to get married? And Alex, right?
Ananda.
Ananda. I'm saying Alana, but Ananda.
I remembered that name.
Yeah, she was selling different sort of like herbal salves, and like she was telling me about it. And
Yeah, that was
I meant
really
to
cool.
ask her about how her wild foraging went.
Yeah. I was planning to do that in the morning, and at one point or another, I think I'd fallen asleep, or I was distracted doing something. I felt really bad about it because I heard about it that she'd left later, and I just thought that'd be cool, like see what all the herbs are going on out there. But I did pick up a.
They were still there on Monday.
Were they? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I picked up a little jar of it's called thieves oil, and this is an
that's a cool.
Yeah, interesting little anecdote, I guess, is so think back to plague-ridden Europe, and you're in a gang of thieves, and pretty much all you and your other poor bastards know what to do is to steal money from people. Well, obviously, if you're stealing money from somebody who's a plague victim, you're gonna die too. And
but plague victims were easy marks.
Yeah, exactly, because they're not moving too fast. They're right on the door out. And but this one gang of thieves, I guess, had come up with a certain combination of herbs and stuff that they would rub all over their face and arms and stuff, and they found out that they could rob these plague victims and not get sick. And with a story like that, I was sold. I'm like, all right, stops bubonic plague, taking that. So yeah, I mean, if that ever to break out again, I think I'm prepared. In that very, very rare chance
to
of never
stop
happening.
the zombie virus. That's the important part.
I mean, there's an Ebola outbreak. That's close enough, right? So far, not coming to this section of the globe. But with the thing that I was really amazed about of all the drunken conversations we had the entire weekend was I don't think we ever talked about robot sex.
Ah, man. That's right. We may have touched on it.
I don't remember. Did we at all?
I'm pretty sure somebody said robot sex sometime this weekend.
If we didn't,
confident in that.
If we didn't, that'd be really out of character for us.
Right. And once again, we have missed robot sex for the podcast.
Next week we'll talk about robot sex.
We keep forgetting. I don't know what we were thinking, but once again,
we'll also get back to the
Jackalope.
We'll also get back to the
list.
The list.
Yeah.
I think it was the natural environment because there was plenty of sex talk, just not robot sex. I think it was, out in the wilderness, we were thinking in non-robotic terms.
Yeah, perhaps if we were doing this in like abandoned
more
Detroit,
natural,
maybe, robot sex might have come up,
With more electronics around, we're more likely to talk about robot sex.
What happens if my Jesus brick becomes sentient?
Then you have to fuck it.
Oh.
Anyway,
On that
note, go to Jackalope next year.
Jackalope
You will
Freedom
not
Festival.com, right? Was it .com or .org?
Look it up on Google.
There you go,
Jackalope
Google.
Freedom Festival. Be there next year. It's a
Great
good time.
And you'll get to meet us.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.